So, it seems like Disney decided they wanted to release some more news this week. Just even more news. We previously talked about the Frontierland expansion, the Cars-themed expansion to Frontierland, looking a bit better than I gave it credit for. And now, Disney has gone and given the other coast a little bit of love. 3 separate Disneyland resort announcements were made last night. One of them is extremely exciting for me, and 2 of them are exciting for me. And I'm excited to talk about that with you here today, my friends, because it might relate to a people mover in some way if we squint. If we close our eyes and cover our ears, it might relate to a people mover. Let's get into it. I don't know if there's something spooky, some bad announcement coming up that Disney's trying to sort of punch and tickle us with here, but man, they are releasing a lot of news this week. And I'm going to be starting off with what I think is the most important, what I thought was most exciting yesterday. Not the rides, not the new lands. I'm talking about this bridge. This bridge has me so hyped. So this is concept art Disney released last night, as of me recording this, of the new Eastern Gateway project that is due to begin construction sometime next year in 2026. You can see this beautiful bridge here over Harbor Boulevard, the original Disneyland sign finally making its return after, 25 years? It's a shame it's been gone that long. That's probably my favorite part about this, but you can see how it sort of leads into a new sort of Esplanade-esque area that leads into the old Esplanade where the current bus loop is located. The Transportation Plaza, I believe is what they call it. This all looks absolutely amazing to me. It's weird how this feels more Epcot than new Epcot, especially right here with this new security checkpoint right underneath the old Disneyland sign, the lighting. It's all so dynamic. The monorail's going through. You'll have a lot of kinetic energy. Maybe it's a long walk to the parking structure. That's where the ride share is going to be. There's going to be another parking garage on the other side of Harbor Boulevard and a security checkpoint. So maybe that long walk across Harbor, across that bridge, will be a bit of a pain at the end of the night. But I think it's about time this Eastern Gateway got a little bit of an upgrade, a little bit of a modernization with a little touch of classic Disneyland thrown in there. It's great. It's lovely. But there's a reason they're doing this. There's a reason they're building this Eastern Gateway, because they're going to have to close other parts of the parks in the upcoming sort of overhaul they're doing to California Adventure. We have Coco and we have Pandora. We'll return to the Eastern Gateway concept art in just a moment because there's something Tomorrowland related I want to talk about, but we'll shelve that for a second. Let's talk real quick about Pandora. Now, we've also got the announcement that in 2026, early 2026, Mike and Sully to the Rescue in the Hollywood backlot area of California Adventure will be closing forever to make way for Pandora. Not Pandora, the world of Avatar, just an Avatar experience is what Disney is still insisting on calling it. It's probably going to be called Pandora and then a different subtitle from the world of Avatar like they have over at Animal Kingdom, but I guess that's not important right now. What is important is that we know finally where Avatar is going at Disneyland. It's going in the Hollywood backlot, which I think is a wonderful upgrade. I'm seeing some confusion online, people thinking that the ride for this new Avatar experience is going to be just a clone of River Journey. That is not the case. This is going to be completely different. Think Shanghai Pirates of the Caribbean, something similar to that. Plus it goes outside, so that's some kinetic energy for you. And it's a different area, it's a different land, same world, different land, if that makes sense, different ride. It's gonna be great. If you're wondering who wants this, who asked for this, just wait for the land to open. I promise you, we've had all these conversations before, but we're finally getting Avatar at Disneyland in the Hollywood backlot confirmed officially now, as of, I guess, last night. So last time I was at Disneyland for the start of the 70th anniversary, I guess maybe had a premonition. Not really. We knew this was coming for a while, but I wanted to film a lot of the Hollywood backlot just in case they announced anything. And lo and behold, they did announce something. Monsters Inc. is going away. So I rode Monsters Inc. for the first time in years. It's a great ride. Shouldn't have Lightning Lane. I shouldn't be waiting over 20, 30 minutes for this ride. But it's good. It's a good ride. I won't exactly miss it when it's gone because Pandora is going to be, if it's anything like it is in Florida, insanely good. But it's fine. This isn't like a Muppet Vision tier closure alert. We got this little piece of art showing us further detail of the land. It looks wonderful, but I think it's interesting that Disney said specifically that it's going to take up a portion of the Hollywood backlot. I, myself, think it's going to take up the entirety of the Hollywood backlot. I do think things like the Animation Academy and Off the Page are going to remain, but everything to the left-hand side is going to be bulldozed, and Pandora is going to be put there. And I was reading the threads, I was reading the internets, and a lot of people have, they have little faith in Avatar. They're saying, who wants this? Who cares about Avatar? And let me tell you, my friends, we all had this exact same conversation 12, 15 years ago when Disney announced it was building Pandora in Animal Kingdom. Pandora is a lovely land. It's so good, and they're building a boat ride that goes outdoors in this version of Pandora. I cannot wait to see this land come to fruition. If it's anything like it is over at Animal Kingdom, it's going to be great. Trust the process. We've been through this before. I promise you it's going to be wonderful. This will not be a clone of Na'vi River Journey. This will not be a clone of Pandora, the World of Avatar at Animal Kingdom. These are two different rides, and these are two different lands. They just take place within the same universe, the same IP. Disney has made that point perfectly clear since D23 last year. I don't know why people think it's going to be the same. It's not. It's completely different. And the third and final announcement we got last night was the location, kind of, and the start date for the construction of the brand new Coco ride, which will not be replacing anything that currently exists. This is going to be new construction. There's going to be new capacity here, which is always a good thing. You don't often see something brand new being built from the ground up at Disneyland without replacing something, so it's nice that we're finally getting something without having to lose something else. I think that's a really good thing. Plus, Josh Tomorrow said that the ride will be based off of other classic attractions like Pirates of the Caribbean and the Haunted Mansion. So already with that, I'm in. Hopefully there's at least one drop. We need at least one drop for this ride to be truly great. This is the Coco ride that was also announced last year at D23, said to be in the same vein as Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean. Hopefully the boat capacity is high, so we get a nice high capacity boat ride again. I cannot wait if that is the case. It's a nice passive storytelling experience, a nice relaxing boat ride. I'm 100% in. Now, originally, the running theory is that the Coco attraction would have gone behind the Pixar Promenade at Pixar Pier because it is a Pixar property, and it looks like that would be a really good entrance to an attraction. I believe it was actually meant to be an entrance to the attraction when they first announced Pixar Pier. That seems to have been changed, if it was the plan at all. Here we have this newly released concept art of the entrance to the queue for the brand new Coco boat ride. And you can see it's on the back side of the Incredicoaster. Actually, some people did a little bit of digging. Specifically, friend of the channel Theme Park IQ has worked out that it will be between Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta and Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind. You can see that the planter is exactly the same, and you have the backside of the Incredicoaster there. So it will still be part of Pixar Pier. It's just that that big old door that says Pixar Pier will be changed to the entrance to the Coco attraction, which honestly, I think it might be an upgrade. I like a ride rather than a door. And construction on this attraction, my friends, is beginning this fall. Under 6 months, we're going to have ground being broken, walls going up around this big door so that we could add capacity to California Adventure. This isn't replacing anything. They are adding capacity here, which is a good thing. And I gotta say, just like Pandora, I don't know why they're not calling it Pandora, the Avatar experience over at the Hollywood backlot, I am also very much looking forward to this ride. And now, to round off the video, let us return to the Eastern Gateway concept art. We're not going to talk about the Eastern Gateway, or the bridge, or the monorail, or the Disneyland sign, though we're going to be talking specifically about how Tomorrowland appears in this concept art, because it's very strange how a lot of the park is rendered in the background. Main Street USA, the castle, the Matterhorn, but Tomorrowland, the closest thing to where we are viewing Disneyland from this concept art, is very, my friends, very different in a few key ways. Let's look closer. If you, my friend, yes you, were to zoom in on Tomorrowland in this new concept art, you may notice a few things that are different, changed. Space Mountain is still there, but there's a very large building enclosing what is currently today the outdoor portion of the Space Mountain queue. That's all enclosed in this concept art. And you'll notice the lack of the Observatron, or, as I know it, the People Mover loading station. It's gone in this concept art. And that's not to say that it's a very, abstract piece of concept art. You have Main Street USA buildings being drawn out here, the Matterhorn and the castle. These are all there, but the Observatron, which is closer to the POV that this shot is taken at, is not there. It's gone. Now, what does the people mover being gone mean? Probably nothing. I think this is it's just not included in the concept art. I don't think it's going to be torn down or it's going anywhere anytime soon. They're going to leave that thing up until the very last moment. However, I do think that this building surrounding Space Mountain might be a bit more than we think. I do think that this might mean something. Why would they add a brand new building to Tomorrowland when the rest of it is essentially how it appears today? You even still have that sort of carousel theater, the Star Wars launch bay in the back. This building is brand new. Why is it there? It could certainly be nothing. It probably is nothing. Okay, let's be honest, it is nothing, but I wanted to talk about it because that's what I do on this channel. I talk about weird things that nobody else wants to talk about. I talk about a missing people mover station and a piece of concept art that probably doesn't even reflect what it's trying to reflect in its final way. The bridge probably isn't going to look like that. Why would Tomorrowland look that way when the bridge is done? It just doesn't make any sense. But rounding off this video, what do you, my friend, what do you think of the 3 things that I covered in this video? Are you excited for Avatar? Do you wonder why they're building it? Because nobody wants this. Are you excited for Coco, not replacing anything that currently exists? Or are you, like me, most excited to see that old classic Disneyland sign return and that new walkway over Harbor Boulevard and seeing how they're going to keep the Disney bubble alive as you walk over that bridge? It's going to be a very interesting sort of balance they're going to have to hit. I would like to hear from you, my friends, down in the comments below. Am I the weird one for being obsessed with a bridge rather than a ride, rather than a whole new land? I might be. I just think the bridge looks really cool. I like a good bridge. Now, if there was a way you could maybe move people from one side of the bridge to the other, maybe from the parking garage to the Esplanade, maybe from the parking garage to, say, a station in Tomorrowland, that would be something worth discussing. The video's over, which means I have to go under the desk now. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you at the end card. Ah, there you are. Like I said, I'd see you in the end card. Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching this video. A little bit of a news update here for Disneyland. We got our news update for Disney World earlier this week. We're hitting both coasts. It's pretty fun. If you enjoyed this video and you want more Diz news, oh wait, no, that's the old series. If you want more offhand news videos like this, please be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you want to help the channel out even just a little bit, you can head over to my Patreon, linked in the description down below, and even just $1 a month will get you early access to videos. Like I said, just $1 a month, not a whole lot. However, if you'd rather follow me for free on other social media websites, you absolutely can do that. I am at Offhand Disney on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and Blue Sky and all of those social media sites. Just makes it a little bit easier for you to find me. I will see you all, if you're watching this on the day I upload it, tomorrow for the Muppet Vision farewell video. 3 videos this week. A lot of fun. I hope you enjoy it. Everyone, thanks again for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.